So today I'm going to give you a simple formula for learning to play lead guitar and have the ability to solo in any key up and down the fretboard, as well as learning cover solos easier and faster. So let's get into it. Number one, listen to the song or track a few times to get a feel for it. Does it have a major, minor, or a bluesy feel? Number two, figure out the chords and chord progression that you will be soloing over. Write them down if needed. Number three, what is the one main chord or dominant chord that the song starts on or keeps coming back to? Is it a major or minor chord? Number four, you may already know what key the song is in. If not for sure, you should have a pretty good idea based on the first three steps. Remember, all major keys also have a relative minor key. Let's take a look at this chart that I put together, and feel free to screenshot it for future reference. Notice the scale numbers 1 through 7. Notice the 1, 4, 5 are your major chords. Notice the major scales that I have listed. If the song or track is in a major key, then that will always be on your 1. If the song feels more like it is in a minor key, then that will always be on your 6. So it is very important to understand that relationship of the 1 chord being your major key and the 6 chord being your relative minor key. The other thing that determines the key is your major chords. We're always looking for the 1, 4, 5 major chords. So looking at this chart, let's say you have determined that the song or track has the G major as your main or dominant chord, so it would be considered your 1 chord. Now we're looking for the other major chords, which in most cases should be the C, which is your 4, and the D, which is your 5 chord. That would tell us that the song or track is in the key of G major. Now let's say you have determined that the song or track has the E minor as your main or dominant chord. So it would be considered your 6th chord or relative minor of the key of G major. That means you could still have all the same chords, notes, and scales that you have in G major. Notice the other major scales I have listed and pay attention to the 1, 4, and 5 major chords and the 6 relative minor chords. As we look at the mode scale patterns, I will show you how to apply this same formula to any key. Number 5, now that you know what key the song or track is in, it is time to focus on the mode scale patterns associated with that key or major scale. We are only going to be using the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 mode scale patterns. Each mode will have 7 notes. Let's quickly run through them in the key of G major. So 1 is your G Ionian mode. This will be your major scale. Looks and sounds like this. 2 is your A Dorian mode. Looks and sounds like this. 3 is your B Phrygian mode. Looks and sounds like this. 5 is your D Mixolydian mode. Looks and sounds like this. 6 is your E Aeolian mode. This will be your relative minor scale. Looks and sounds like this. Number 6, the important thing to remember is that these patterns always stay the same and in the same order no matter what key you're in. So here are a couple of quick examples of other keys. This would be in the key of A major. This would be in the key of D major. Number 7, now that you know what key you're in and you know what mode patterns are associated with that key, it is just a matter of using your ear to try to find the notes and patterns that work for the cover solo you are learning, or if you are just improvising to a jam track. Number 8, be creative and start to learn how to connect the patterns. Remember, they always go in the same order, so eventually you will get to the point where you will always know what key you're in and where each of the 5 mode patterns are on the fretboard. Number 9, so far we have learned 5 mode scale patterns that each consist of 7 notes. However, as you may be aware of, there are also pentatonic scales that have 5 notes. So just like we are using 5 mode scale patterns, there are 5 pentatonic positions. The cool thing is that each mode scale pattern also has a pentatonic position built in. Why is this important? Because depending on the song or track or the cover solo you are trying to learn, sometimes a lot of what you hear is really just the pentatonic notes. This is very true with rock and country riffs and licks, and especially in blues. Let's go back to our handy dandy chart one more time and take a look at the pentatonic positions at the bottom. Now line up your numbers and modes and you can see that number 1, Ionian, has the major pentatonic scale in the first position. Number 2, Dorian, has the major pentatonic scale in the second position. Number 3, Phrygian, has the major pentatonic scale in third position. Number 5, Mixolydian, has the major pentatonic scale in fourth position. And number 6, Aeolian, has the major pentatonic scale in fifth position. Now I want to show you a different scale chart. I want you to notice that if I play all of the notes, I am playing the mode scale pattern. If I don't play any of the notes with the white circles, then I'm only playing the pentatonic scale. So quickly, here are the 5 pentatonic positions in G major. Number 1, G major pentatonic scale in the first position, starting with the G on the 3rd fret of the top string. Number 2, G major pentatonic scale in second position, starting with the A. Number 3, G major pentatonic scale in third position, starting with the B. Number 5, G major pentatonic scale in fourth position, starting with the D. And number 6, G major pentatonic scale in fifth position, starting with E. This is also your E minor pentatonic scale in first position. Remember, E is your relative minor of G major. Number 10, now it's all about just having fun and practice, practice, practice. Continue to work on memorizing these 5 mode scale patterns and 5 pentatonic positions. Find some people you can jam with or join a band. Start picking out some of your favorite songs or solos, and instead of going to YouTube and letting someone else teach you the notes, instead try using your ear and what you have learned here today and figure out the notes and solos for yourself. One of my favorite ways to practice improvising is to jam tracks here on YouTube. Elevated Jam Tracks is the channel I use and recommend. Keep rocking, and I'll see you in the next video.